If you're already enjoying Game Pass, get ready, because what's coming next promises to take the service to new heights. And if you're still considering subscribing, now is the perfect time to dive headfirst into this world. The 2025 releases bring a perfect blend of action, adventure, epic stories, and innovations that will surprise even the most demanding players. Games that mix intense combat, stunning visuals, and gripping narratives are on the way, showing exactly why Game Pass remains one of the best choices for those wanting to explore the finest the industry has to offer. Prepare for unseen worlds, innovative mechanics, and challenges that will push your skills in exciting and new ways. I'm Jax, and if you're new here, welcome to the Play Hunters channel. I bring you daily content to keep you up to date with all the latest in the gaming world. If you could subscribe to help me grow, I'd really appreciate it. Starting off our list with a heavyweight, Sniper Elite Resistance is the next chapter in a franchise that has won many fans with its strategic and cinematic approach to the shooter genre. Based on what we've seen in previous entries, we can expect the iconic kill cam mechanic, where each shot is followed by slow-motion animations showing the devastating effects of the bullets. This trademark of the series promises to be even more refined, with impressive visuals and a level of detail that immerses the player in the action. So far, the gameplay footage released suggests that stealth will remain crucial, with new tools and options to handle high-tension missions. Another standout feature is the setting, which seems to continue the franchise's tradition of offering historically rich environments. Based on the revealed materials, the game keeps the European atmosphere, featuring urban areas and open fields full of opportunities to explore, set traps, and use the environment to your advantage. Those who have played the previous games know how the series balances pure action moments with careful planning segments, and all signs point to this being further explored. Speaking of innovation, the arsenal seems more varied, with new weapon customization options and strategies to face challenges. The enemy AI mechanics have been pointed out as one of the areas of evolution, making each encounter more challenging and unpredictable. Next, we have Avowed, the highly anticipated RPG from Obsidian, which promises to transport players to a magical world full of mysteries and impactful choices. Set in the world of Eora, already known to fans of Pillars of Eternity, the game seems to adopt a more immersive first-person approach, blending combat and exploration elements. What caught attention in the trailers was the richness of the environments and the stunning magic effects, which seemed to truly create a unique immersion. It feels like every corner of this world has a story to tell, and you'll be the one to uncover it. The combat system, from what has been shown, blends weapons and magic seamlessly, allowing players to create varied strategies to tackle challenges. Imagine casting a powerful spell while blocking attacks with an enchanted sword. In addition, the narrative promises to be a major highlight, with choices that truly matter and influence the outcome of events. This type of immersion is something Obsidian excels at, crafting worlds that feel alive, filled with conflict and complex moral decisions. Another exciting aspect is the promise of an open world full of secrets. From hidden ancient ruins to mythical creatures, everything seems to invite exploration. The use of magic in the environment, like lighting dark caves or manipulating elements to open paths, adds an extra layer of interactivity. Everything shown so far makes it clear that this title has the potential to be a milestone, especially for those seeking an RPG that combines freedom, action, and deep narrative in one package. In third place on the list, Atomfall stands out as one of the most intriguing releases for next year. The game presents a futuristic vision where humanity faces the consequences of unchecked technological advancement. Even before its release, the revealed material highlights a striking visual style, blending neon lights and decaying urban settings with industrial areas filled with intricate details. This aesthetic seems to perfectly reflect the tension between the promise of progress and the dangers of ethical collapse, creating a visually captivating world. The gameplay clips shown so far reveal fast-paced and innovative combat, One of the most talked about mechanics is the interaction with drones and tech devices, which can be used both to attack and manipulate the environment. There are moments where players can hack systems to unlock secret doors or deactivate traps, adding a strategic twist to each situation. This mix of frantic action and interactive tools suggests a varied gameplay where creativity is just as important as skill. Another intriguing aspect is the narrative tone the game appears to adopt. Fragments of the story suggest a deep plot that explores dilemmas surrounding artificial intelligence, humanity, and survival. The promise of a thought-provoking narrative combined with dynamic gameplay positions this title as a major contender. All signs point to exploring this universe being both a challenge and a breathtaking visual and emotional journey. In fourth place, Wuchang Fallen Feathers takes players to a dark and turbulent period, marked by faction wars and a mysterious disease that turns people into monstrous creatures. The setting, full of tension and decay, creates a unique atmosphere, where every location seems to tell a story of pain and survival. Abandoned villages, forgotten temples, and landscapes full of symbolism help bring to life a dark world that grabs attention with its rich details. The focus on gameplay suggests meticulous combat based on skill and timing. The traditional weapons showcased so far point to a technical approach, with fast and precise strikes that require full attention to the enemy's movements. The variety of enemies seems to challenge the player to constantly adapt, with creatures that impact not only with their grotesque appearance, but also with attack patterns that demand strategy. All of this suggests gameplay that balances challenge and reward in a compelling way. Exploration also seems to be a key aspect, with interconnected areas encouraging the player to investigate every corner of the map. Promises of alternative routes, hidden items, and visual rewards make the journey even more interesting. Every detail presented so far reinforces the idea of an oppressive world that, at the same time, captivates and is ready to be explored. In fifth place, 33 Immortals presents a unique and innovative proposition by offering cooperative matches for up to 33 players simultaneously. The game places everyone in the midst of epic battles against hordes of enemies and gigantic bosses, requiring group coordination and strategy. The stylized art, with vibrant touches and a design blending mythology and fantasy, stands out, creating a world that feels designed for both chaos and beauty. The combat system focuses on a fast-paced rhythm, where each participant plays a crucial role in the group's survival. Special abilities are just as important as basic attacks, as the synergy between players can determine success in more difficult confrontations. The collective progression adds a sense of unity, making each battle a chaotic yet rewarding experience. Another interesting point is the level of challenge, which scales according to the number of players and the difficulty of the areas explored. Amid the chaos of battle, there's also a sense of collective achievement when overcoming seemingly impossible obstacles. The design of the settings, with wide arenas full of details, is perfect for accommodating the impressive number of participants, striking a perfect balance between strategy and frantic action. In sixth place, Citizen Sleeper 2 expands the intriguing universe presented in the first game. This time, the narrative revolves around a new journey through space, combining exploration and moral choices in a sci-fi world with a minimalist aesthetic and loads of personality. The stylized visuals, using vibrant colors and futuristic designs, create an environment that mixes beauty and melancholy, perfectly capturing the isolation of space. The mechanics shown so far suggest a unique blend of simulation and strategy. Managing resources, making decisions that affect the story, and dealing with ethical dilemmas are key aspects that seem even more refined in this sequel. The focus on interacting with charismatic and enigmatic characters adds layers of depth to the narrative, while the turn-based gameplay allows for moments of reflection on each choice. Each new location promises distinct challenges, from negotiations with factions to discovering hidden secrets in the void. The combination of striking visuals, impactful narrative and strategic gameplay creates a rich universe, where every decision seems to carry significant weight in its own story. In 7th place, Doom: The Dark Ages takes a bold approach, transporting the brutal speed typical of the franchise to a dark medieval setting. Chaos takes on new life with heavy armor, rustic weapons, and enemies inspired by Gothic horrors. The art direction features ruined castles, threatening forests, and dungeons full of secrets, creating a striking visual contrast that keeps the spirit of the series while adding a touch of dark fantasy. The battles remain intense and fast-paced, but this time with an arsenal that includes giant swords, axes, and even supernatural abilities. Weapon swapping and close combat strategies seem central, requiring agility and precision in confrontations. Grotesque enemies and colossal bosses challenge reflexes and mastery of the mechanics, while every blow struck or dodged carries a visceral sense of impact. The sound design promises to be another strong point, with soundtracks mixing heavy guitars and medieval choirs, heightening tension and immersion during battles. Every explored area seems to have a purpose, offering rewards ranging from equipment upgrades to shortcuts to avoid dangers. This blend of brutality, medieval aesthetics, and frantic action positions this entry as a bold reimagining of an already established franchise. In 8th place, Eternal Strands promises a journey that explores the relationship between time, memory, and choices. The game presents a visually stunning world where futuristic and natural environments blend uniquely. Details such as reflections on metal surfaces and dreamlike landscapes create a distinctive visual identity, highlighting the contrast between advanced technology and organic elements. Gameplay stands out for its time manipulation mechanics, making each challenge a dynamic gameplay. Solving puzzles while altering the flow of time requires creativity, allowing you to restore destroyed parts of environments or unlock previously inaccessible areas. Interactions with the environment seem to reward exploration, encouraging players to test possibilities as they progress through the story. Another interesting aspect is the character progression. The way temporal abilities develop throughout the journey adds a constant sense of evolution. Each new tool or upgrade seems designed to expand the ways players interact with the world, broadening the range of possible strategies. This balance between mechanical evolution and world design promises to make the game even more captivating. In 9th place, Expedition 33 offers a fascinating story that blends mystery and resistance in a world governed by an enigmatic entity. Every year, the Artificer inscribes a cursed number on his monolith, marking the age of people who will disappear, transformed into smoke. With the next number being 33, an audacious expedition sets out to seek answers, challenging this tradition and paving the way for a different future. Gameplay stands out for its turn-based tactical combat, where strategy and planning are essential. Facing supernatural enemies and creatures seemingly connected to the monolith requires intelligent use of abilities and synergy among team members. Each battle presents unique challenges, from managing limited resources to using the environment to your advantage, creating intense confrontations that test decisions with every round. The world building perfectly complements the combat and exploration systems, presenting detailed settings that reinforce the weight of the mission. Environments like forgotten ruins and dark landscapes provide moments of tension, where each choice between exploring, advancing, or preparing for the next confrontation has palpable consequences. This combination of strong narrative, engaging mechanics, and strategic choices makes this journey one of the most intriguing on the list. In 10th place, FBC Firebreak promises to immerse players in intense action and survival missions in a world distorted by supernatural phenomena. The premise revolves around a specialized squad tasked with containing anomalies in devastated areas, such as abandoned cities and dangerous facilities. The design of the environment suggests intricate locations, offering opportunities to explore, fight, and uncover secrets hidden amidst the chaos. Combat, which seems to be one of the pillars of the game, focuses on fast-paced gunfights and the use of specific skills to deal with unpredictable threats. Enemies vary from hostile creatures to supernatural forces that distort the surrounding space, creating challenging confrontations. Furthermore, the need to manage resources, such as ammunition and energy for abilities, adds a tactical layer to the missions, making every decision crucial. This balance between combat and strategic planning suggests an engaging gameplay, full of tension and unique challenges. In 11th place, Lost in Random, the Eternal Die continues to expand the quirky and creative universe of the series, introducing new mechanics that combine strategy and real-time action. The artistic style, with dark lines inspired by Gothic fairy tales, reinforces the feeling of being in a magical and unpredictable universe. The gameplay relies on dynamic combat, where the die plays a crucial role. Each roll activates unique abilities that can change the course of the battle, adding an element of luck alongside strategy. Exploring the environments reveals extra challenges and items that directly influence the chances during confrontations. This blend of tactical choices and unpredictable moments creates a constant sense of surprise and tension. The map design, with alternative routes and hidden secrets, encourages careful exploration, rewarding attentive players with valuable resources or elements that expand the game's story. In 12th place, Mixtape emerges as a celebration of music and 90s nostalgia. The game blends rhythmic and narrative elements, placing the player on a journey to recover lost cassette tapes that contain fragments of memories and unique moments. The pixelated aesthetic, with vibrant colors and settings inspired by busy streets, arcades, and shows, creates an atmosphere that authentically captures the essence of that era. The main feature is the rhythmic mechanic, which turns every song into an interactive challenge. The stages are designed to sync perfectly with the beats, requiring precision and quick reflexes. Progression seems to be based on unlocking new tapes, each bringing songs that not only enrich gameplay, but also offer clues about the narrative connecting all the memories. In addition to the musical stages, the game incorporates exploration moments reminiscent of point-and-click adventures, where interacting with the environment is essential to uncover new challenges. This combination of rhythm and narrative adds depth to the experience, balancing the frantic action of the music with the calmer moments of discovery. The variety between nostalgia and innovation makes this title unique and engaging. In 13th place, Replace presents an immersive retro-futuristic universe, blending pixelated visuals with modern effects that add depth to the settings. The dystopian atmosphere is marked by neon-lit cities, industrial ruins, and decaying locations, creating a contrast between technological progress and social decay. The attention to lighting and details in the environments gives a unique charm to the game's world, which feels alive and full of hidden stories. Gameplay combines platforming with fast-paced, cinematic combat. The fighting system focuses on fluid movements, where dodging and counterattacks are crucial to facing enemies. Each confrontation is shaped by choreography that mixes physical blows and strategic use of the environment, keeping the rhythm dynamic and challenging. Exploring areas offers rewards in the form of new abilities or alternate paths, encouraging attention to detail. The narrative, which seems to be a central focus, is presented seamlessly within the action, allowing the player to uncover fragments of the story as they progress. From hidden files to interactions with NPCs, everything seems carefully planned to enrich the gameplay without disrupting the flow of the game. This balance between combat, exploration, and storyline makes the game stand out with its distinctive identity. In 14th place, Subnautica 2 promises to deepen the underwater survival experience that captivated so many players. The new chapter expands the universe with more diverse and threatening biomes, where exploration becomes even more challenging. The base-building system gains new features, allowing more advanced structures to face the increasing challenges. Interaction with the environment is expanded, with additional tools to collect resources, investigate life forms, and unlock essential upgrades for survival. The dangers include new predators and unpredictable weather phenomena that can drastically alter the dynamics of the game. Underwater storms and temperature variations make each dive a tense experience. The quest for secrets hidden in the depths also seems to bring valuable rewards, encouraging careful and strategic exploration in each area visited. In 15th place, The Altars offers an intriguing approach to identity and choices in a science fiction universe. The game presents a narrative centered around the creation of alternative versions of the protagonist, each with distinct abilities and personalities, to aid in a survival mission in a hostile environment. The visuals impress with a combination of futuristic technology and striking industrial settings, reflecting the tension and isolation of the scenario. Gameplay seems to focus on interacting with these alternative versions, exploring how they can solve specific problems or overcome challenges that require different skills. Managing these personalities and deciding which ones to create or develop adds a tactical element to exploration and progress. How these interactions affect the storyline promises to bring a level of depth and personalization to the game. The environments are designed to highlight the contrast between technological spaces and the natural challenges of the surrounding environment. Each area seems carefully crafted to test adaptability, offering paths that encourage experimentation and planning. This mechanic of multiple possibilities, combined with a visually rich world and narratively ambitious design, makes the game one of the most intriguing entries on the list. In 16th place, Towerborne introduces a vibrant universe with cooperative combat mechanics that blend action and RPG elements. Set in a fortress serving as humanity's last bastion, the game challenges players to face hordes of enemies and mystical creatures while expanding and defending their base. The art design stands out with a vivid color palette and a style that blends fantasy with a modern touch, giving the game world its own unique identity. The combat system combines quick attacks with special abilities that can be upgraded as players progress. Crafting gear and developing characters allow for unique strategies tailored to different mission types. The cooperative mode encourages coordination between players, enabling impressive combos and synergies that make the battles even more dynamic. Explorable areas vary from dense forests to forgotten ruins and caverns filled with danger. Each location presents distinct challenges and opportunities to collect rare resources or unlock crucial upgrades. Expanding the central fortress offers new mechanics, such as access to advanced gear and more challenging missions, creating an engaging progression cycle. In 17th place, Voidtrain presents a creative proposition combining exploration and survival in a surreal setting. Players take command of a floating train traversing dimensions filled with mysteries and dangers. The aesthetic impresses with a design that blends the industrial and the fantastical, creating landscapes that alternate between stunning and threatening. The main mechanic revolves around customizing and expanding the train, which serves as a mobile base. Building new sections, upgrading defenses, and adding equipment are key elements for progression. During journeys, hostile creatures attack, requiring players to use weapons and specific skills to protect the vehicle while continuing the exploration. The biomes of the dimensions traveled through offer distinct challenges, such as zero-gravity environments and areas infested with unpredictable enemies. Collecting resources along the way is essential to unlock upgrades and expand the possibilities of the journey. This dynamic between travel, combat, and construction seems to create a balance that keeps the gameplay intense and full of potential. In 18th place, Will World promises to bring an innovative approach focused on exploration and combat using customized vehicles. The game takes place in a post-apocalyptic world where everything revolves around wheeled machines that serve as both survival tools and weapons. The presented settings include vast deserts and industrial ruins, suggesting a detailed world full of intriguing locations to explore. Customization mechanics appear to be one of the main pillars. From adjusting the speed and durability of the machines to equipping them with weapons and special devices, it seems that the choices made during vehicle upgrades will directly impact performance and strategies used in missions. High-speed confrontations and creative use of resources promise to be essential parts of the experience. Another apparent highlight is how the environment directly influences decision-making. Areas with challenging terrain and unpredictable conditions seem to require constant adaptations, both in vehicles and in the routes chosen. These elements suggest a dynamic mix of planning and action in a dangerous world full of possibilities. In 19th place, Burrow places players in a cold and isolated setting where survival and mystery intertwine. The game takes place in a forgotten village surrounded by dense forests and snow-covered mountains, creating an oppressive and immersive atmosphere. The art direction uses the contrast between deep shadows and the light reflected off the ice to reinforce the feeling of solitude and constant danger. Gameplay seems to focus on exploration and puzzle solving as players investigate the buried secrets within the environment. Tools like torches, ropes, and climbing equipment are essential for accessing remote areas and finding clues that unlock new possibilities. Managing resources such as supplies and heat adds a layer of strategy that requires careful planning with each expedition. The presence of threats, whether wild animals or supernatural phenomena, brings tense moments that challenge both skill and reasoning. Deciding whether to take safe routes or risk dangerous paths in search of rewards becomes part of the challenge, while the inhospitable environment seems to play an active role in both the narrative and the challenges presented. Next, we have South of Midnight, a game set in the southern United States, with an atmosphere that blends folkloric and supernatural elements. The setting features a swampy region full of mysteries, with an aesthetic marked by dark tones and dramatic lighting that highlights every detail of the environment. The visuals capture the essence of a world steeped in local stories and legendary creatures. Gameplay seems to focus on exploration and encounters with supernatural forces. The combat mechanics promise to mix direct attacks with magical abilities, creating confrontations full of strategic possibilities. Interaction with the environment also seems central, with areas that can be manipulated to open paths or avoid ambushes. Each explored region suggests unique challenges, keeping the player engaged as they progress. Another highlight is the narrative, which seeks to integrate local folklore with an intriguing plot. Choices made during the game seem to influence both relationships and the unfolding of events, adding a layer of depth to the interactions. The world building is rich in detail and reinforces the feeling of being in a universe where mysticism and reality intertwine in unexpected ways. Now it's time to hear your opinion. Which of these games are you most excited to play? Did any of them stand out to you in particular? And if you were to recommend a must-play game already available on Game Pass, which one would you include? Comment below, and let's share thoughts on these amazing releases. I'm currently playing the Walking Dead series, and I'm loving it. Share your recommendations, and let's discuss Game Pass games. If you liked the video, leave a like to support my work, and if you want to stay up to date with all the latest news in the gaming world, be sure to subscribe to the channel. There's new content every day, so you'll never run out of inspiration when it's time to play. I've also left a link to a video on the best games of 2024 in the card. Check it out. I'm sure you'll discover a game that flew under your radar, but is totally worth the gameplay. Big hugs, happy gaming, and see you tomorrow.